go for the 3-part thumbnail this time.
Well, yeah, it's because most of our conversation is going to be the Superman. There's barely any Star Wars news. We do have a little bit next week. It's a nice little between thing. So we'll get to do a Star Wars story time next week.
I was thinking about that actually, because we have to do our Rogue One watch along at some point. Do you want to do that
this next week?
Yeah,
I suppose we could.
Just get that crossed off our list.
And that won't count as a podcast.
That's fine.
What was I? You derailed my train of thought here.
Let's see.
You ruined everything.
As I am wont to do.
Boo, 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 doo, 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 boo. Look at how handsome that man is.
He's a good looking man.
Yeah, David Cornsweat. Fucking could super my man any day. Not explicitly a Star Wars thing today, but they'll deal with it. Or they'll kick me out of the group. I don't really care which, if I'm being entirely honest.
I can't believe the Blue Sky app still looks that terrible on tablet.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
2/3 of your screen is blank dark pixels.
Oh, right. Twitch.tv/Jedi Enclave Official.
There you go. All right, is that it?
Yup. You get out of here. All right. Hold on. Let me get a little sip of coffee. Welcome back to Jedi Enclave. I'm Daniel.
I'm Chris.
I'm pretty sure we're going to change that intro thing.
Okay.
Not that I haven't liked it, and if anyone is curious about the story, there isn't much of a story, but I took a few bars of one of the musical cues from Star Wars, Star Wars 1977, right after the Death Star explodes, and I used some virtual instruments to perform them, and then that became our intro to our show. And while I like it, I think it's cool. It needs a little bit of updating, and it doesn't necessarily kind of fit. We're not that serious, honestly. Anyway, welcome back to Jedi Enclave, the weekly podcast, the Jedi Enclave Presents. Now, this is Podcasting Podcast, which is our weekly podcast about Star Wars and other nerdom this week, particularly the happening in the DCEU. Is it called that, or is it the DCEU?
The James Gunniverse.
It's the James Gunn. Which, by the way, Warner Brothers knew what they were doing, and Rick and Morty had a hilarious episode last week where Zack Snyder and James Gunn meet up. You showed them voiced by the real people, and it was hilarious. And they knew that Superman was coming out. But we're talking about you and I just saw just a few minutes ago, I suppose, Superman, which by the way is doing very, very well.
Yeah.
Now I told you when we got to the theaters. Which, by the way, while you're here, go and like us on Facebook Live, YouTube, Twitch, Discord. And then I think nothing after this tonight. You and I are going to go watch Battlestar Galactica. But a good bellwether for how good movies are doing is how empty my local cinema is. Mm-hmm. Because the people around here, there isn't a ton of disposable income. And so, when we go, even big movies, even on opening night,
theater's usually pretty empty.
It's usually pretty empty. I remember seeing Dark Knight Rises several years ago, and there were people there, but it was not packed, despite that being a huge movie, right? We pulled into my local cinema today, which is an AMC. Thank you, Nicole Kidman, by the way, for your...
because here
they are. Right. That place was packed.
Yeah.
The parking lot was packed.
The fullest I've seen that place.
Yes. And as a result, we are reading that... hold on a second.
The Rotten Tomatoes score is pretty good. I checked a couple days ago. The critical score is like high 80s or something.
Yeah, I think it's on the same. It's like on the same footing as Endgame, I think, ratings wise. So the the opening night box office was 22.5 million, which is really good.
Yeah.
It beats out Matt Reeves' Batman movie, which came out. Barbie. Adjusted for inflation, it was higher than Zack Snyder's Man of Steel. Yeah. So, which, by the way, I should preface probably our entire conversation when we get there about Superman that I actually like Henry Cavill's Superman. Mm-hmm. I find the Snyderbros' devotion to him a little homoerotic, which is fine. I say, as a homosexual, I think that's fine. Henry Cavill's a very, very handsome man.
If you want to suck dicks, you can suck dicks.
Go and suck
it's
dicks.
Okay. It's fine.
It's legal.
Yeah.
It's a free country for now. That being said, I was not upset to learn that, they had gone with someone else when casting this movie. Mm-hmm. Before we get to the Superman thing, though, a couple of brief Star Wars things.
Just a wee bit of news.
Yeah, just so you guys don't forget. Because I swear to God, every once in a while I'll be like, wait, I thought you guys were a Star Wars channel. And it's like, that is mostly true.
Yes.
But
you'll get this joke now. We talk about Star Wars and Star Wars accessories.
Yes. It's actually hilarious now.
Yeah.
I've been watching King of the Hill lately, by the way, and I've been absolutely loving it. More importantly than that is that it's a show where we talk about, honestly, whatever the fuck we want to talk about. So everyone strap in and deal with it. However, Star Wars.
Yes.
Battlefront 2 still having big player numbers. I think in May...
It's the 12th best-selling game in May.
Now, look. When you're like, I came in 12th, that like you're at first glance you're like, so the fuck what? But then you consider that game came out in 2017.
Yeah, it's 8 years old now.
Yes, it's very old, and it's still like hitting some pretty impressive numbers for a game.
Not still hitting. It's hitting those specifically because there's other cool Star Wars shit going on, and people are like, hey, wait a minute, I want to play some Star Wars video games.
Right.
Battlefront 2.
Yes. And I think that the game is so far removed. So, as you remember...
It had a colossally shitty launch.
Yeah.
They had I think, still most downvoted post on Reddit.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, I think they did some, informal polling a while back. And most people still believed that there were pay-to-win mechanics in the game, which is not true and never was true. They took them out right before the game started or launched.
But this is what happens.
The damage was done.
Yeah, this is what happens when you have a famously shitty and botched launch.
Yeah. So now I think we're far enough removed away from that where they're like, wait, what's this fucking Battlefront 2? Or they'll see a clip on it and they're like, shit, that looks good. Because honestly...
Fucking Darth Vader just choked that rebel soldier and tossed him off a cliff.
Yes.
That's cool as fuck. I want to do that.
Also, it helps that even now, even 8 years later, or however many years later, Battlefront 2 still looks really good.
Yeah.
It's a very attractive-looking game. So, you jump into it and you feel like you're in the fucking Star Wars universe, which, I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, we still play it, by the way. We never left Battlefront 2. I've been playing it regularly since launch. So, in fact, we stream it every week. We streamed it last night. So yeah, I don't know. I think now we have concrete numbers that we can point to. I think we already kind of knew it was having its moment, and I think we've already had the discussion about does this lead to anything? Probably not, because EA doesn't give a fuck about. They're like, oh look, your player base is marginally higher. Oh wow, right?
Also, these would have also happened while the game was on sale, and it does that. Every couple of months, it'll go down for $3 to $5 or something.
Right. Also, companies like EA and DICE aren't they're not jumping in line to be the next tie-in IP that they don't own. because they'd much rather work on their own shit because it makes them more money. Doing a Star Wars game isn't going to make you money because I mean most of that money goes to Lucasfilm. So we're not going to see another Star Wars game just because this is happening. But it's kind of cool that everyone's kind of like rediscovering it and everything. Star Wars apparently has a sequel trilogy spinoff movie in development. Lucasfilm is reportedly planning a 4th Star Wars theatrical spin-off, joining Rogue One, Solo, and the upcoming Lando, which is happening.
Question mark?
Is not happening. Who the fuck knows?
It has been happening for almost a decade at this point, possibly more.
Well, I think originally it was going to be a series, right? Now it's going to be a movie.
I guess?
Yeah. So, I don't know. But apparently it might also tie in directly to the timeline of the sequel trilogy between Episode 7 and 9.
Which would be nice solely to shut up the Doomcocks of the world when they start trying to claim that, Disney's going to retcon the sequel trilogy out of existence.
Right. Yeah, they've only been adding to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like...
It's a moronic position to take in the first place, but it's always nice to see the worst people in the world eat shit.
Yeah. However, they're so non-self-aware that they never know that they're eating shit. Mm-hmm. They're like, this isn't shit. I meant to eat this. And you're like, okay, dude. Now we know what they look like, by the way. We've seen Superman. They all look like monkeys.
Yeah, it's
true.
You've
seen the movie, you know what that means. This comes from insider Daniel Richtman, by the way. Indicates that the project is a spin-off film. And, yeah.
Also, huge grain of salt here because this is a Lucasfilm leak that has not been formally announced, and Lucasfilm starts and kills projects every day.
Yep. So yeah, I don't know. We're still, I think, a year or more away from our next...
We are years away from even an announcement if this movie actually ends up happening.
And even the shit that we know is coming isn't going to be here for a while. Mm-hmm. So I don't know.
I think next thing is Mandalorian and Grogu, which is next year.
That is correct. Steve says, hiya.
Hiya.
How's it going, man? Jimmy says, what's cracking? Well, I'm in my mid-30s, so everything. Yeah. That's how it is. Shall we talk about now, by the way, this will most likely be a shorter podcast than we're used to, because we're not doing more than like one thing today. Mm-hmm. I think the last time we did, what was it?
It was Jurassic Park.
Yeah, Jurassic Park, and then... But we also had Ironheart. So, like, we were running out of time.
Anyway.
So, we, you and I saw Superman this afternoon, and James Gunn's first, real installment into his new DC universe. And we'd be remiss not to mention some of the shit flying around about this, because as... with everything nowadays, particularly in entertainment, there are whole bot farms that are dedicated to sowing division amongst fans of things, right? And I feel like this film and this franchise is certainly no exception. And so the big argument immediately was, okay, let me, like, just a brief history lesson. Man of Steel, people were fine on.
It is a film that exists.
Yeah. And I personally like it, actually. I think it's a pretty good movie. I don't like the music too much. Batman v Superman was a mixed reception at best.
A film that also exists.
Yeah. Justice League was a hot mess. And then Zack Snyder's like, but I have the super special cut that no one's ever seen, and it's so much better.
Release the Snyder cut! And then that came out, and it was also a hot mess, but in different ways.
It was about the same. There wasn't much different about it. I mean, yes, there are added scenes and shit, and they make a bigger rollout of Cyborg's part, which is cool. But otherwise, cool. You gave Steppenwolf a different suit. Yes, it looks better. Steppenwolf's suit wasn't the problem with that movie, right?
But the fucking Snyderbros on the internet were
it's the best thing ever.
Bowing down, saying Zack Snyder had saved cinema forever, and if only everyone would just go fucking watch Rebel Moon, maybe everything would be better.
Yeah, they should not have talked about Rebel Moon.
No.
So then comes along Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who announced while he was promoting Black Adam, the power dynamic of the DC universe is about to change. suggesting perhaps that Black Adam was going to be the next Superman or the next big thing in DC. And people hated that movie. And you know why? Because it's a bad movie. It's not very good, right? And Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson isn't a good actor. Yeah. That is just a fact, and I'm very sorry. So they even crammed in a post-credit Henry Cavill Superman scene at the end. And some of the Snyderbros kind of like came in their pants a little bit, but everyone generally was like, meh. Right? So they announced that James Gunn is going to take over the DC universe. And so all the Snyderbros were like, Henry Cavill is Superman. And he's like, first of all, no. It's going to be whoever I say it is because I'm the one being paid to do this. And they announced a new Superman, David Cornsweet. And it's just been a shit show of online virgins screaming about Henry Cavill and the fact that they'll never be able to get fucked by him, right? Which I get it. Henry Cavill is a very attractive man. And I am upset right now that I suppose I'm not being fucked by Henry Cavill. That being said, maybe not something to hinge your entire online personality around.
Especially if you're not out and gay?
Well, most of them are not, as we know. So here we are. The day has come. The film is out. And it is, first of all, doing gangbusters. It's doing very well. I think we were talking a little bit earlier.
Fantastically good opening box office.
We'll carry it through the weekend, almost certainly.
Good reviews, really good audience scores on things like Rotten Tomatoes.
And you know what?
And you and I saw it, and I think we both liked it. So out of 11 shitposting monkeys, how many would you give this?
11 shitposting monkeys.
Because I'd give it about 9.
Chris, that would be a great fucking metal band name. Shitposting monkeys.
Yeah?
I'd give it like an 8. Like an 8 out of 11. Yeah.
All right.
Which I guess, well, that doesn't really reduce down very well, does it?
Yeah.
I guess it wouldn't. It's out of 11.
It sounds like a 7.5 out of 10, but whatever. The point is, we both liked it. We both certainly liked it better than Jurassic Park.
Yes.
One thing
Which,
we did
by the way, I didn't even hate Jurassic Park.
Yeah,
I think more importantly, I liked it more than Batman v Superman. I liked it more than Man of Steel, and I liked it way more than I liked Justice League. That film and Black Adam aren't even in the same fucking genre, I don't think. And yeah, I think there was more of this movie that I liked than I didn't. Because honestly, there's only one glaring thing I didn't love about this movie.
Is it the music?
Which is the music.
Yeah.
And I know that, like, look, I know a lot of people watching this, you guys aren't professional musicians. This is what Chris and I do for a living. There is this really maddening thing in Hollywood where when you go to see the trailer of a movie, the music is ridiculous and over the top, but it never ends up being the music in the movie. And this movie's soundtrack is all trailer music. This is what it sounds like. And the two composers were credited. I can't remember their names. And if you end up watching this, two of those guys, I'm sure you're very talented and everything. But the music didn't work very well in this movie. This is a movie that deserved to have a household name doing the music for it, especially when you consider that the original Superman theme was written by, and this movie's themes rely heavily on John Williams's music for Superman. Go ahead. I think you have.
Well, if you want to flash back to the very first trailer for this movie, when I believe it's the scene of him crashing in Antarctica and that. There was that really slow, like, ethereal electric guitar playing the da 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 that part.
Yeah.
And everyone, shit their pants because holy shit,
it's John Williams' music. Williams. Yeah.
And then we get to the movie, and
that's just the film score.
90% of the soundtrack is just that one motive, and it's
like, you know what it is? It's like someone like James Gunn was like, I need you to write a film score based on John Williams' music for Superman. And they're like, okay. And they listened to 4 bars of the entire score. And that's it. Because there are so many great parts of this, like this original score that were these like huge like motivic moments and everything, and what we got was
This movie really deserved a Michael Giacchino or someone like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've soured a little bit on Michael Giacchino. I'm a little over his like shtick. They could have just asked John Williams, and I don't know if they did or not, but I'm sure he probably would have done it.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if the check clears.
Now,
let's see what else. I thought like that's the biggest glaring issue with the movie. Right.
The rest of it, I was fine with. Yeah,
the action scenes are great.
Yep.
The acting is
some big James Gunn kaiju battles, because like when you have James Gunn, you're gonna have big kaiju battles.
And when you have Superman, of course you got to have something big that he can punch.
I will say before we get into spoilers, there's one kaiju battle that happens entirely in the background while two characters are talking, and it is the funniest shit in the world. It is so funny.
Very well done there. Yeah. I think the supporting cast is fantastic.
Yep. So the guy that plays Jimmy Olsen.
Yep.
Is in a show that my partner John really loves called The Righteous Gemstones. And I remember him from that. And I think he's also in something else I saw. I should pull up the cast because I don't know many of these names. I know that obviously Nick Holt. I know that actor from a couple. He's in a movie called Warm Bodies, but he's also in The Menu, which is a Ralph Fiennes led The Bear style horror movie.
Okay.
And it's like, I know all those words together sound like you're like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about? It's actually like kind of great. I think he's also in Skins as well. But anyway, I thought he was really good. And I'm going to pull up this cast real quick. David Cornsweet. Let's talk about David Cornsweet for a second. Okay. I thought he was absolutely fantastic as Superman. You know what I love about his Superman? We're not getting into spoilers yet. There are three faces of Superman that he portrays very well. There is Superman. Yes. The curl in the hair, the hands on the hip, the
truth, justice, and the
American way, right? There's Clark Kent, the goofy, clumsy,
frazzled,
right?
Work everyday report.
Yes, and then there's the version of him that is only known by the people who know that he's Superman, and it's an entirely different persona, and it's really cool that there are three distinct, because most people think of Superman either as Superman or Clark Kent, but like he has created this part of the role where there's this middle ground for Lois Lane, pretty much, who knows that Clark Kent is Superman, and he acts differently in scenes with her, and I really love how he does it. Also, there is the undeniable fact that he is insanely hot. And I could not keep my eyes off of him the entire time. This man is very attractive.
What I really like about his performance is that Superman has this irrepressible optimism and faith in humanity about him.
Yep.
And he portrays that really, really well.
Yes.
He also does the
Boy Scout thing.
Yep. Like he says, "Gee golly," when he gets punched through a wall or something like that.
It is such a change from what we're used to, because and this is not Zack Snyder's fault, by the way. We went through a phase, it might be Marvel's fault actually, where we wanted this, these like real dark, gritty, grounded, or like Chris Nolan's, Batman, and like some of the Marvel things get kind of like that as well. And so they wanted a Superman that was like a little more emotionally haunted, and they're like,
that's not Superman, though. Like, he is not grounded. He literally flies. You will believe a man could fly. And I think David Cornsweet is such a credit to this film, and I think he's a great actor. I didn't realize even I entirely forgot that he's in a movie called Twisters, which is the sequel to Twister, which is not a great movie, but also has the guy that plays Hood and Ironheart in it. Oh.
Just random thing. And I didn't even notice him in that movie. He was so criminally underused.
Yeah.
But I did watch a video of him talking about like like how he auditioned. And he was filming scenes in Twisters when he found out he got the role. as Superman.
Man.
And so that guy's like, oh, I cannot wait to be done with this bullshit.
Yeah, that had to take him out of it.
Right.
Like,
yeah.
I'm sorry. Can you give me like 5 minutes? I just found out I'm going to be Superman. I need to like finish shitting my pants.
Yes. Rachel Brosnan as Lois Lane, I thought was a lot of fun. She was, what was her? God, I can't.
She's a little bit of a twist on the conventional Lois Lane. She is a self-proclaimed punk rocker.
Which is that accurate? I'm sure that she thinks.
Maybe not in the source material, but like
you know that Terry Hatcher played Lois Lane in The Adventures of Superman, Lois and Clark, The Adventures of Superman.
I think I might have known that at one point, but I haven't thought about that show in decades.
Why can't I? Margaret, what's her name? Was the original from the.
What are you looking for?
The Richard Donner Superman, Lois Lane. You keep going. I'll figure it out.
Let's see. They had some Justice League greatest hits. So Guy Gardner as Green Lantern, played by Nathan Fillion.
Yes,
fantastic.
Yes,
like very much a character actor.
Margot Kidder is her name. Yeah.
Character actor role, but Nathan Fillion kills it.
Oh, he's so fucking good. And so, do you remember the controversy when this character, we got the first look at this character? Because I don't think
was there a controversy?
Yes, because the Snyderbros didn't know anything about Guy Gardner.
Oh,
and so they saw the haircut and the look, and they're like, "Oh, this looks fucking terrible." And that's the character. Yeah. That's what he looks like.
He has a bowl cut in the comics.
Yes, and
he looks just as stupid
he is
there.
A giant douche. That's his character. And you know what? He was a giant douche in this, and I think maybe my funniest moment with him is, look, he's got that ring. He can make the ring do anything, and he chose to have hands flipping people off flipping tanks.
Yes.
And it's like, that tracks.
That's perfectly in character.
That tracks, yeah. He could have literally done anything, and that's what he chose to do.
They had the woman who played Dina in The Last of Us.
Yeah, Isabella Merced.
Merced?
Yes.
Fantastic.
By the way, I really like her.
Yeah.
I thought it was interesting too. Did you see? Okay, so like in these earlier superhero movies where they do like the grounded thing, I don't think that Hawkgirl would be like she is in this movie, because she like
how so?
Well, first of all, she's got the ridiculous wings and helmet, which looks like it's straight out of a comic book panel, and she does the weird hawk screech.
Yeah,
and they would never have a woman like 10 years ago would never have someone as insanely hot as Isabella Merced doing a hawk screech.
Okay,
and with a they would find a way for her to be the superhero without the helmet on.
Yeah,
right. Because I mean, she is undeniably gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I'm glad they stuck to that. She's got her fucking hammer thing that she hits.
Mace that she
is perfectly
beats
fine.
The shit out of people with.
As we will find out when we get into spoilers, perfectly fine killing people.
Yeah.
Does not have the same rule that Batman had or
Superman.
Yeah.
Mr. Terrific.
That was hold on a second. That was Eddie Gathegi.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Where do I know him from, by the way?
I don't know. Click on his Wikipedia
link. Don't tell me what to do.
Fantastic. Plays the character as being really stoic and like
X-Men First Class. That's who I know.
Who's he in that?
Armando Muniz.
Okay. Well, anyway, plays this character as really stoic and keeping things under control while he's this super genius.
Oh, he's in House. That's where I know him from. He's one of the doctors in House. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, fantastic supporting cast. I guess another weakness of the movie is that at certain points it didn't trust the audience to follow along and pick things up on context.
Right.
Like
they spell some shit out.
Yes, that there's at least 2 points where a character monologues for like 2 or 3 minutes, and it's purely for the audience's benefit.
It's for us, right? I don't think I don't think it is as egregious as Jurassic Park, the movie we just saw last week. Like the first 20 minutes. of that movie.
The writing is significantly better than that.
Yeah, it's not like that, but and on the other side of this coin, not to be contrarian to what you're saying, because I agree. I think you're absolutely right. However, villains love to monologue, And sometimes you gotta just let them choose scenery and twirl their mustache and talk about their plan and shit.
And if you had to have someone twirl their mustache, the guy that got to play Lex Luthor was
Nick
a pretty
Holt.
good choice.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think he and David Cornsweet are kind of the standouts in the movie. And let me just say how refreshing it was. Because there is a long list. Not a long list, but
there is a list
with one exception. We've had some great Lex Luthors in the past. The first that I remember from the Richard Donner movies was Gene Hackman, who in his own way played a hilarious villain and a completely different take on the character. Kevin Spacey. Look, I know he's a piece of shit. He shouldn't be acting. He should be in prison. We're on the same page there. Played an amazing Lex Luthor. How do you figure that? The fact that Kevin Spacey plays a great fucking villain. Probably because he's a real life villain. But he played Lex Luthor in Superman Returns with Brandon Routh as Superman. He was also very good. Mm-hmm. And then Jesse Eisenberg played Lex Luthor in Justice League. Or not Justice League, Batman v Superman. And he was not good. He just was not good. And I'm sure there are Jesse Eisenberg fans out there, but I don't think I've ever seen him in anything where I've really liked his performance. And I think that whoever's bright idea it was to cast him as Lex Luthor, it's like, what the fuck are you smoking? Like, the bumbling guy from the guy that plays Mark Zuckerberg in The Social Network, like, that's the guy you're gonna pick to play Lex Luthor? Are you fucking kidding me? Anyway, Nick Holt did a fantastic job.
Killed
really
it, yeah. The action scenes I thought were all really well done. They did a really good job of capturing the inspirational part of Superman. How his biggest superpower is that he makes the ordinary people around him want to be better.
Yeah. He's an idealist. And
when you see someone fucking flying through the air and punching kaijus in the face and they're
you're
saying,
like, that's pretty cool.
Not only that, but when he comes down and says, hey, I'm glad you're okay. Listen, can I have a falafel?
Yeah.
And here, I'll even pay you out of this 20 I've got stashed in my underpants.
In my trousers, yeah.
It's like, damn, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It makes you want to be better.
Yep. The one thing I feel like we are compelled to discuss before we get into spoilers is the weird manufactured controversy over the last couple of days that came to light because James Gunn made a comment about Superman being an immigrant, and
which he is.
Yeah, I think in the most literal sense.
Yes.
Like I don't understand how there could ever be an argument against him not being an immigrant.
He was born literally on another planet.
Yeah.
And then showed up here as an infant.
So I'm not sure how this became a big hot button. Like, where do you think Clark Kent was born? Because he wasn't literally born in Kansas.
He is literally a space alien.
Yeah, like, he was not born on Earth, my guy.
Like, that was not new. What is new is right-wingers hate immigrants. Now.
Right, yeah. So, and it became a whole thing, and it's like...
suddenly the movie is woke when it turns out that Superman has actually been woke for...
The 1930s.
Yeah.
Yeah. Punching Nazis.
Almost a century now.
Yeah. So, I don't know. As we often say on this channel, those guys are going to froth at the mouth no matter what happens. They have the incapacity for self-awareness, and they have I think so little intellectual curiosity about the world around them that they will never change. And that's kind of their oblivious idiocy is their cross to bear, despite the fact that they don't realize they're bearing it. And what a fucking damned life that must be. Like it's disgusting to me, and it, like, you know. Anyway, I want to get too much on those guys because I'll be honest. You're wrapping the non-spoilers, the non-spoiler section up. I really did enjoy this movie. I had fun watching it. It does not have the most perfect story. It is not the tightest story in the world, but it goes a lot of places, and there's comedy in it. You smile. There are really heartfelt moments. There was a moment where I kind of teared up a little bit with the kid raising the fucking Superman flag. You're like, God damn, that's pretty cool. That's a really good image. And the shit that I didn't like about this movie barely registered except for the music, but like, again, it's not anything I can change anyway, so like why the fuck would I bitch about it,
Okay.
All right, so let me
spoilers now.
Well, yes, first of all, spoilers. If you've not seen the movie, please go and see it. It is worth your time and money, I believe. Now back to things that I hate and that we're gonna bitch about. I do not like movies that start off with text.
I thought it was okay, just because there wasn't a ton of it, and it just set out the bare bones.
They didn't start it off with narration, which is like, to me, a much worse sin. But it's like, I don't want to start this movie off by reading. I want to see a kaiju fight. I don't need to fucking read. However, I do like how they did the text.
Yes.
Where they, like, James Gunn all of a sudden is obsessed with the number 3.
Yeah. So like 300 years ago, we started having metahumans.
They didn't say 300. They said 3 centuries.
3 centuries.
Everything is 3.
Okay,
I don't know why.
3 centuries. 3 decades ago, fucking Superman shows up on Earth. 3 years ago, he announces himself and starts punching the shit out of
Hi
things.
guys, I'm Superman.
3 months ago, he stopped a war between two
I think the
Moravia and Jandahar, I think.
Jarhanpur.
Jarhanpur. Okay.
Yeah, Jarhanpur.
And
which are both obviously not
made
real
up places.
Yeah.
And then 3 hours ago, Superman
got his ass whooped for the first time ever.
And he crash lands in Antarctica, and that's where the movie starts.
Yes. Which, by the way, I think that was a risky choice to open up the film with an invincible character who cannot be hurt by anything except for a weird fucking space gem.
Getting hurt by something.
Which, to the point to where, like, he has such respiratory distress that he's wheezing. Like, he's, like, now...
Like, he can barely whistle for his dog.
Right. But he can fucking whistle, though.
Yeah,
Jesus.
he got pipes.
Now, the reason this works so well for me is because one of the narrative challenges that you adopt when you write a story for Superman is that he is an invincible space alien who can't be hurt by anything and who can destroy anything he wants.
Yeah.
And how do you write conflict for a being that cannot be stopped or hurt or anything, right?
You have to create...
It's got to be kryptonite. It's
either got to be something that can uniquely hurt him, something that is just as invincible and powerful as he is, or something that he can't confront directly for ethical or legal or moral reasons.
Yes. And so he met a guy who's just as tough as him.
The Moravian Hammer.
Yes. And you're thinking, well, what the fuck's the Moravian Hammer? I don't fucking know.
Don't know.
They said that. I was like, Moravian Hammer?
Who the fuck is that?
What the... Well, he's from Moravia, I assume.
Anyway,
that's about it.
What happens next was actually entirely in one of the trailers. So he whistles.
With some cuts.
Yeah.
In because they released that like early look at that scene, but they did cut a bunch of shit out. It's kind of nice.
For reasons.
Yeah, but it was also nice where... Like, you could have sat down and like, I saw this in the fucking thing, but like, there's more to it, and
So he whistles for his dog. Crypto comes out of nowhere, starts jumping on him, and fucking, he's like, my ribs are broken.
Yes.
Can you not just here, grab my cape and pull me away to the Fortress of Solitude.
Anyone who has had a puppy understands Crypto, I think, because he's very energetic. He does not know what the word no means when it is used in relation to him not playing anymore.
He can also fly and has super strength, which is something that no dog owner wants.
No. And no dog should ever have that. That's too much. They haul ass back to the Fortress of Solitude,
where his robots pick him up and strap him in the chair to give him the sunlight and
a cool look, by the way. I feel like there haven't been that many variations on the Fortress of Solitude. There aren't a ton of ways that you can really do that. It's in the fucking Arctic, like it's made of ice, right? This was a look that was kind of like on screen. Introduced in simultaneously perfected in Richard Donner's first Superman movie, where they did all the crystals and all that other shit. And so this Fortress of Solitude looks more or less the same. The exception being that there's a big door that glows with the Superman emblem when Superman comes forward and it like opens and shit. Were you going to continue or? So Alan Tudyk is one of the Superman bots. There's this really funny exchange about how none of them
have sentience, so they don't give a shit if you're thanking them or not.
However, they also somehow at the same time seem very proud and care about him and actually care whether or not like he looks at them, you know? So I think that the sentience thing might be bullshit.
Yeah.
I love how the design of these robots is very like mid-century
60s retro future.
Yeah, and like they have these big like wraparound eyes that blink.
Yeah.
Which you know is really cool. They all have like their numbers and shit, and Superman has like a computer system in the Fortress of Solitude. And they blast him with some good old yellow sunlight, which, as we know, is Superman's like fucking heroin. That shit gets him going.
And while they're doing this, they play back the message that his biological parents recorded for him, saying, "Hey, you know, our planet's gonna blow up. We're sending you to the place where you can do the most good. Go forth and be happy." And then the message gets garbled, and that's all they have of it.
His parents, played by Bradley Cooper. And I cannot remember who played his mother, but I know her. She played Paul Atreides' sister in that vision he had in the second movie. I just can't remember the actor's name. I think that's who that was anyway. Yeah, so he likes to hear little recordings from his parents when he's getting healed.
Well, the one recording he has, because he finds it soothing.
Right, and that's the thing is that like there's more to the recording, but
it's garbled and damaged, and they can't recover it.
The spaceship he came to Earth on was damaged and everything.
Meanwhile, while this is happening, there's this woman in this black bodysuit who's flying along behind him, trying to find where the fortress is, and she's talking to none other than motherfucking Lex Luthor. She's like, "Hey, I know he landed somewhere around here, but it's fucking Antarctica. It's all ice. I can't tell you exactly where. I'll just have a look around."
Oh, there's a building out here. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, it's probably in there.
And Lex Luthor goes, "Okay, come on home." Like, she's like, "But
like, no.
I can get in there."
It's like, no. I'm the super genius here. Yeah. You're gonna follow my orders because brains over brawn.
Now, Superman gets his good old yellow sun juice.
Yellow sun heroin and fucking flies back to Metropolis because he's got a baddie to
Alan Tudyk's like, "Get your ass out of here and go fight some bad guys."
Actually, Alan Tudyk is like, "Are you sure? Because like you're only like 80%.
Oh yeah, no, you're right.
And, like, whatever it is out there kicked your ass at 100%." And Superman's like, "Nah, this time I got him. Yeah, easy." So Superman flies back to Metropolis and confronts the Baravian Hammer again.
Yeah. Who's looking a little like Juggernaut from he's got the dome, the dome helmet.
Big metal suit.
So let's briefly talk about, it will become important later, but let's talk about some of Baravian Hammer's power set. Obviously can fly.
Yes.
Obviously has super strength. Obviously can shoot some kind of energy out of his face.
Can he at this point?
Yes. Yeah, there's a shot of him shooting energy and shit. And Superman comes back and he's like, "Round 2, bitch." And then he starts getting his ass handed to him again. And you find out that for some reason, Baravian Hammer's combat has to be micromanaged.
Yes, like Lex Luthor is watching all this, and he's fucking whispering alphanumeric codes into Baravian Hammer's ear, and Baravian Hammer is following these very specific orders.
Yeah, which I guess Lex Luthor memorized all of these.
He's a super genius.
Yeah, all these moves and shit.
So Superman
he starts kicking his ass again.
Superman gets his ass kicked again, gets spiked into the pavement where this falafel salesman like helps him up and is like, "Dude, maybe you should just chill this time. Like, just take the L and not die." And Baravian Hammer says, "You know, all you Americans fucking suck. Baravia forever. Peace out," and flies away.
Yeah. Hold on. What happens after
this? So he flies to this weird portal in this like big
Oh,
camp.
right. Yeah, he just walks through. Yeah.
He walks through a portal into this like weird dark blue spacey shit.
Yeah.
Walks across the bridge to another portal, and now he's in Lex Luthor's control room.
Yeah. So Lex Luthor ends up having a talk
at the Pentagon.
Yeah,
with
at the
Secretary
Pentagon.
of Defense and a bunch of other high generals.
Rick Flag Sr., who is a character from the comics, and has been in different iterations of different Supermen and shit.
Basically, Lex Luthor is trying to sell them the Avengers.
Yeah,
like he's got the Engineer,
but like from Temu.
Yeah,
because he's got Engineer.
He's got Ultraman.
Right. Ooh, by the way, you may have just mentioned this, but we find out Baravian Hammer takes his helmet off, and it's just Ultraman.
It's Ultraman.
Yeah, it's just Ultraman.
So he's got those two. He's also got an entire army of guys in flying
vultures,
robot suits.
Yeah. Which I think they are guys. They're just in like exosuits or whatever.
Just ordinary guys in suits. He's like, look, I got all these guys.
Yeah.
Like, we can keep the world safe. It'd be easy. Don't worry about it. And also, we can fucking kill Superman. So wouldn't that be cool?
They're like, no.
I mean, Superman's kind of popular.
Yeah, and he's like, but I've heard, not that I know for sure, but I've heard that there's a lot of negative social media fucking chatter about him. So there's that, and they're like, well, okay, but people honestly in real life actually kind of still like him a whole bunch, and
also he did kind of stop a war, and Lex Luthor's like, yeah, but did anyone tell him to do that?
Yeah, and also I didn't personally want that, so fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, fine, here's my card. If anything changes, give me a call, because I'm always willing to get the Justice League going, or the Avengers, or whatever we're calling
whatever
this.
You want to call it. Yeah,
Planet Watch, I think he uses.
Yes, I think you're right. Superman, does the interview with Lois Lane happen?
So
before?
Clark Kent goes to work.
Yes,
and everyone at the office is giving him shit.
Yeah,
and
because he's a bumbling idiot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he somehow can get interviews with Superman that no one else can get.
It's very Spider-Man and Peter Parker.
How does Peter Parker get all these pictures of Spider-Man? Right. I don't know.
Yeah, it becomes pretty clear quickly that Lois Lane knows who Clark is, because she even gives him shit in front of everyone.
Yeah.
Who was like, how do you get all these fucking interviews with Spider-Man? It doesn't make any fucking sense. And he's like, shut up, Lois. By the way, we find out Jimmy Olsen is apparently a stud, and women just fall over him, despite the fact that he's kind of a nerdy short kid.
He has a way about him.
Yeah, he does. He's an attractive man. He's
got a little bit of a swagger. So Lois gets
this
home.
will be an important plot point later, by the way.
So Lois gets home, hears something in her kitchen, grabs this baseball bat she keeps by the door, goes around. It's just fucking Clark Kent.
Clark Kent making breakfast for dinner, which, by the way, great fucking choice, my friend. Every once in a while, we'll have pancakes for dinner, and I love them. So they talk about their jobs a little bit, and pretty much Lois Lane is like,
dude, you gotta stop interviewing.
It's like ethically dubious at best. It's a little shitty at worst, or real shitty at worst. So
he's like, fine, you interview me.
Yeah, I think. Did you also get the reverse psychology kind of feel from this too?
Kind of. He was just caught up in flirting.
I think you're right too. So they sit down and have an interview, which is the first like big trailer for this movie. Started out with this interview, I think, and was also the material from the script that David Cornsweet auditioned on. This conversation with him,
and it gets confrontational pretty quickly. Like, Lois is a no shit good reporter, and she is zeroing in on the kind of dubious things Superman has been up to lately.
Like Superman. Look, he's a good guy. We can agree that he's a good guy.
He has the best of intentions,
but every once in a while he does some slightly Homelander shit, right? Where he didn't ask anybody to go and do what he did.
He just went out and
the State Department wasn't
flipped
involved.
over some tanks, punched up some jets. Like, no one was killed.
Yeah, to be fair, he didn't decapitate anyone with his laser vision or anything. But like, who does Superman answer to, right? Because it's not certainly any particular state or anything.
It's not the U.S.
government, right?
Yeah.
She grills him.
Yeah, at one point he straight up says, I grabbed the president of Baravia and flew him out to the desert and kind of shoved him up against a cactus. And
he pissed himself.
And he pissed himself, and I said, if you ever do shit like this again, I'm going to come back and rip your head off. Yeah. But, I mean, I didn't really mean it.
Yeah.
Plus, like, he's going to be so scared of that, he's not going to dare start another war. Come on.
I love his... what's a good phrase for it? His stunned indignation.
Yeah.
That
he's like, wait a minute, Lois Lane actually interviewing
me? That Lois Lane just isn't on the same page as him about what he did. And she's like, no, look, I love you, but like that's kind of crazy.
Also, it's my job to, ask the tough questions and force people to explain themselves.
Right. And he's like, well, I'm regretting having you interview me. And they do a fun gag too, where they keep turning the tape recorder off and shit. And I think at one point, she just straight up accidentally calls him Clark, and then she turns it off. So
at one point he says that's off the record. She's like, you have to say it's off the record before you say what's off the record.
There is no retroactive off the record. So things get a little heated.
He's like, you know what? I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
I can see this interview is not working, so I'm just gonna go.
And Lois Lane does we'll probably never work out anyway. And he's like,
what the fuck does that mean?
What do you mean? I thought things were going great, except for the interview. I thought things were going great. And so he fucks off.
Yeah.
There's another Baravia attack. No. There's a big kaiju. There's a big kaiju attack.
So Lex and Ultraman and the engineer and Eve, his girlfriend, all fly down to Antarctica to scout out the Fortress of Solitude, and they just walk right in. They walk up, the door opens, they go right in. Engineer and Ultraman beat the shit out of the Superman robots.
They tear them apart. Yeah.
Engineer also traps Crypto in a bunch of nanites, and it's really upsetting.
Oh man, I guarantee you, dude, every fucking dog owner in the world, when you hear another dog whimper like that, you're like, oh motherfucker, I hope you die. So the first weird thing is like, why the fuck did the door just open for them? Because you're like, Superman, like you need a security system on your Fortress of Solitude, right? And meanwhile, to keep Superman from checking out what's happening up north,
down south. Antarctica is the south.
Oh yeah. Sorry, for some reason in my mind it was like the North Pole.
He has some goons release this little tiny dragon thing outside Metropolis, and then like 12 hours later, it's like 70 stories tall.
It's like taller than most of the buildings. Yeah.
So Lex monologues for like 2 minutes about, I hate Superman so much, and I'm so evil, and he's a fucking space alien, and I hate immigrants.
He's the worst.
Yeah.
And
it's like, writers, I get why you did this.
You can do a little more subtle. You can do a little bit more subtle.
Please have a little faith in me as the audience. Like, I can put things together. I can add 2 + 2.
Yes.
Like, you could have been a little more subtle here.
Now, in their defense, most people cannot add 2 and 2 together. So I get that for audiences at large, you need to do a little bit of spoon feeding. But I'm not happy about it. Like I don't have to love it, and it is
easily the weakest scene of the entire movie.
Yeah. But they get through it.
Yes.
And
it's like, okay, whatever, engineer, fucking plug yourself into the computer and give me all the data you can on Superman. We need to find some weaknesses. So engineer
give me his fucking Instagram password.
Yeah. So she does, and she's like, oh, hey, there's this message from his parents. Let me put it all together, and oh, shit. They say some really interesting things here.
Oh, there's some bad shit here.
So we come back to Metropolis, where Superman is fighting this now billion-foot-tall kaiju. He's trying to, like, knock it out without killing it,
right?
Because
he feels bad for it. Yeah. And there's a moment where he mentions he wishes he could take it to like a zoo on another planet,
galactic zoo or something.
Which we find out, by the way, at the end of the film.
That's an actual thing.
Yeah, that's like there are other totally functioning planets with other populations and shit out there.
But anyway, he's not really doing a great job of like stopping it. So in comes the Justice Gang. Yeah. It's fucking Green Lantern, Guy Gardner, Mr. Terrific, and Hawkgirl.
Right.
and they're immediately much more aggressive about the whole kaiju thing.
Yeah, I think they end up killing that thing within like 5 minutes.
Yeah, Mr. Terrific like shoves some grenades down its throat and explodes in the stomach, and it falls over dead. And Superman's like, come on, you guys, really? Yeah. Like, I had it under control.
I think that Superman is probably an animal lover.
Yeah.
Like,
I think he's just a lover in general.
Yeah, that's true. I get it. Because honestly, yes, the thing was breathing fire all over the place. It was still kind of adorable. And I still probably would also want to see it as a pet or something. So
all the super people come down to Earth, and Guy Gardner's like, thank you, people of Metropolis. Yes. We have once again saved you. Your saviors are the Justice Gang, and you can buy some of our merch from our corporate sponsors.
Yes. Like and subscribe.
Why are none of you clapping for me? Why are you all looking at your phones? Oh, shit. It turns out that message from Superman is on CNN and Fox News now, and he was sent here to take over the planet?
And fuck all our women? What? Okay. So I'm pretty sure, and look, if you're in the audience, you're a diehard Superman fan, and I have this incorrect, please let me know in the comments. But I think this is a divergence from the normal canon, where
Superman's parents were supposed to be like the kind, benevolent scientists, who like sent him off because their planet was fucking doomed. They didn't send him off to conquer an innocent planet and repopulate half-breeds of their species.
And you know what? They make it a point early on to be like, no, this video is real. Like, it was not fake.
Yeah, they say, 20 linguists and 30 digital forensics people looked at this, and it's all completely real.
And then they never correct it by the end of the film, so I think this is legit. Yeah. Like, this is actually legit. And like I said, I don't know the canon like super well, but I think this might be a first. And it's not something
certainly we know this is stuff that like General Zod and his people would approve of.
And you know what? I like it as a part of Superman's backstory. This idea that he was told to go and conquer this race, but was like, no.
Well, that's the thing. He wasn't told.
Right.
He only heard the first part where he heard how much they loved him, and his personality was developed based on that. And he didn't hear the second half until the same time everyone else.
Oh yeah, I assume maybe if he had heard that part of the recording,
things might have been very different.
Like particularly when he's like a hormonal teenager or something.
He's like, wait a minute, you mean that I should go have sex with every woman on Earth?
Thought you'd never ask.
Because I can do that.
So yeah, I like this for his mythos because it creates a bunch of conflict within him, where he's like, because he loved his parents. He like one of the first things we learn about him is that he likes when the robots put videos up of his Kryptonian parents while he's getting healed and stuff. And so, because that he's been putting those motherfuckers up on a pedestal his entire life, and then he's like, wait a second, this is pretty shitty. And that's more or less what the entire the world turns on Superman real fucking fast.
It's throwing bottles at him and shit.
Though I will say that like it doesn't look like the Justice Gang really cares. I don't think they really.
So they show up and they're like, "Okay, dude, are you actually trying to take over Earth? Because if so, we kind of have to fight you, but we don't really want to do that."
Yeah, and he's like, "No," and they're like, "All right, that makes sense." Yeah.
He's like, "Look, I gotta go figure this shit out." So he flies down to Antarctica, sees the fortress with all the robots have the shit kicked out of them, sees that his dog is missing. Yep. He's like, you motherfuckers.
And then opens up the plot of the second act, which is I have to get my dog back.
Yes.
Which...
It's downright John Wickian.
Yeah, and it's like, I get it. No, I'd be after them too.
So he fucking crashes into Lex Luthor's office. Like, where's my fucking dog? And Lex is like, I don't know what dog you're talking about.
Yeah. That's a really funny gag they do, by the way, when he's got his coffee cup and he sips it and he like whispers, like, the dog with the cape, and he's like, "You guys all heard that, right?" And he just comes off as unhinged.
I have no idea what you're talking. I didn't say anything, man.
He is Nick Holt is very good at playing a maddeningly annoying Lex Luthor.
Yeah,
right. So he finds his way into that pocket universe. Which is a thing that Lex Luthor has created. A pocket universe.
Lex has a pocket universe. that
he's got all kinds of shit in there, a whole like menagerie of different beings. And
the Baravian dictator gives a speech and then goes through his portal to the Pocket Universe, and they're talking about how they just need to get Superman trapped in here, and then everything will be hunky dory for them.
Yep, which they do.
So first, Superman flies to Lois Lane's apartment, and this is the scene with the kaiju battle happening in the background.
Yeah, this is really great, and this was a shot from the trailer, by the way.
Yeah, so Lois is just standing there with like a cup of coffee, and she's like,
hot chocolate.
Are you gonna go help them? He's like, nah, they got it. And like you can see Guy Gardner make a giant baseball bat, like
hitting
it, shit out of it.
This is one of those things where Superman's like, they've got it.
Yeah, like they're having a serious conversation here about their feelings and
their relationship
and the world.
Yeah.
In the background, you just see this kaiju fight.
Yeah,
it's brilliant.
It's also very James Gunn, which is I appreciate that quite a lot.
So they end up saying Superman's like, look, the Department of Justice wants to arrest me. I'm just going to go so that I can find out where my dog is. And they hug. And he's like,
priority number one.
Yeah. He's like, they hug. And he's like, I love you. And she's like, oh, that are we doing that now?
I know.
He's like, okay, bye. And flies out the window.
Yep.
Next scene is him getting slammed to the ground by Ultraman. He's like,
because he turns himself in.
Yeah. He's like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I'm coming peacefully. Is this really necessary?
And he's like, stop resisting. He's got a gun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they drag him into the portal, into the Pocket Universe, and he gets trapped in a cage with this.
What is that guy's name?
I forget. But he's a dude who can transform his body into any elements.
Metamorpho.
Yes.
Sure. He can make his fist into kryptonite.
Yes, that's the important part.
Yes.
So he gets a little guided tour of some stuff in Lex's Pocket Universe, including his farm of shit-posting Twitter monkeys.
That's, okay, maybe my favorite part of the movie is this huge meta wink toward online like bot farm, like troll bot farms. In the DCEU canonically are a bunch of monkeys on computers, and it's
monkeys on computers
the funniest
typing
shit in the world. Yeah,
fucking shit,
outraged
Superman
and pissed off. Yeah,
blah, blah, blah. How can anyone trust Superman? He's an alien.
It is hilarious, and it just is. He didn't have to put that in there, and he did, and I had a good laugh about it.
We find out Krypto's alive.
Yes.
He has wires in his brain that have him chasing super squirrels.
Yes, which, to be fair...
is something a dog would do.
Yeah, I feel like my dogs would be perfectly content doing that.
Yeah.
So I also love how a big part of this film's plot hinges on every woman in the world being obsessed with Jimmy Olsen.
Yes.
Because his girlfriend... Luther's girlfriend Eve starts to sour on him a little bit, and
fucking texts Jimmy.
Yeah, and she's like going to help him like blow the cover off the whole thing, and it just ends up being every selfie that she's ever taken has been in front of something really important to Luther's plan, like in front of contracts and maps and stuff, which I think she must have been doing on purpose.
Yeah, and later on she sends every selfie she's ever taken to Jimmy, and they're all in front of these important things. There's a scene where Lois is worried about Superman, so she's like doing all this research trying to figure out where fucking Luther's extra dimensional Guantanamo Bay is, and she's like, look, she turns to Jimmy, she's like, look, I need everything you've got on Lex Luthor. Just give me everything you can, pump every source, I need it all.
Yes.
And Jimmy's like, God damn it. So he fucking
texts Eve. He's like,
Eve.
You up?
Like, yeah, essentially.
And she just freaks
like,
the fuck out. Yeah,
Jimmy.
And yeah, so like a bunch of Luther's downfall happens because his girlfriend.
Yeah.
So how does he gets out?
Luther hauls in the falafel salesman from Metropolis and does some Russian roulette with him. He's like, look, Superman, you're gonna tell me what I want to know, or I'm gonna pull this trigger.
Yeah, I'm gonna kill this man.
Yeah.
And then he does.
Yeah, after 2 rounds, he's like, huh, I did not think that was going to go that quickly.
By the way, like a world-class genius should have realized the odds of 1 in 6 are
higher than you might initially assume.
Like your odds of getting shot are pretty high.
Yeah.
You know,
which is why Russian roulette is a terrible idea.
Yes.
He's like, okay, well, you know what? Don't go anywhere. I know you can't. but don't go anywhere because I'm just going to go grab someone else that you care about and kill them in front of you until you tell me what I want to know.
Oh, an important thing too, Metamorpho's son is being held as a prisoner.
That's why Metamorpho's doing this.
Yeah, his little baby. And then Superman's like, Metamorpho, you get that kryptonite out of my face and I'll go save your son. He's like, all right,
yeah, sure. So he undoes the kryptonite, and the Superman's still feeling pretty shitty. He's like, well, what the fuck? Like, I thought you'd be better. And Superman's like, yeah, well, there's no yellow sun here, so I'm kind of working off what I got.
He's like, well, how about I make some fusion?
How about I make a sun in my hands right here?
Which all you need, you just need a chain reaction of hydrogen.
Just a lot of hydrogen. Yeah. And Superman's like, yes, this is much better now. I'm going to punch my way out of our cell.
Yeah.
And
so he rescues the baby.
They have this fun little escape sequence where they're in a river of antiprotons, which this is also very scientifically dubious because the instant he touches those antiprotons,
he's fine.
He and the antiprotons would both annihilate because that's how antimatter works.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but he's Superman.
Also, this is incredibly tangential and doesn't matter to anything, but what is his suit made out of?
I don't know. I hope
it never tears. Like, it gets a little dirty at times, but it never tears. Never like
I don't
stitching
know.
Never comes undone.
Because he doesn't have. He's not like Batman. He doesn't have like access to like an R&D department or anything. I don't know.
Maybe it's Kryptonian advanced super tech.
It could be something that was in his like spaceship or whatever. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Lois goes to talk to the Justice Gang. She's like, "Look, I need y'all to help me break my boyfriend out of extra-dimensional Guantanamo."
Oh my god. Guy Gardner, by the way.
Huge dick.
Just name-dropping Clark.
Yeah.
Because they all know, which actually was kind of a surprise to me as well. And he just, like, spills the secret. And thank God it's Lois and not someone else.
Lois is like, why does he trust everyone like that?
He's like, your boyfriend, Superman / Clark Kent? And she's like, shh. No one's supposed to know that.
Why did he tell you? Yeah. So Guy Gardner and Hawk Girl are both like, I mean, it's Superman. He'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Mr. Terrific is like, you know what? I actually fucking hate Guy Gardner, so let's go get in my flying saucer. And
this is mostly because Guy Gardner isn't my boss.
Yeah.
And he doesn't tell me what to do. Yeah.
So they track Superman to the portal in the military camp, and Mr. Terrific is walking through with Lois Lane, and there's a whole bunch of the vultures around.
It's a funny little fight sequence, by the way. Yeah.
Mr. Terrific is like, you know what? I'm going to beat the hell out of all of you.
By the way, Zack Snyder, this is how you do slow motion. Like, this is how you do a slow fight sequence. And
it's
everything.
Not even that slow, even. Most of it feels like was at pretty normal speed.
I think some of it slows down, though,
Some
right?
of it, sure. But
the thing is, it's not like when you do a sequence like this, there's the subject, which is like Lois Lane, and her reaction to what's happening.
Yes.
But in true James Gunn style, as equally important is the stuff happening behind her.
Yeah.
Like the stuff in the background.
Where Mr. Terrific and his little robot buddies are just like beating the shit out of everyone.
Yeah. So they're able to get into they're at least able to open the door.
They get to the portal, they open it up. Mr. Terrific sends his drones out to scout.
Yeah, which by the way, Crypto immediately starts destroying them because he's a dog, and that's what dogs do.
Yeah, but they're all able to escape, and they're like, okay, Superman has kryptonite poisoning, and he's doing real shitty, but he just needs some time. So Lois, you take him back to Kansas. The rest of us, like Mr. Terrific's gonna stay here to shut down the portal, make sure no bad shit happens out of that.
Like we'd hate for a rift to open.
Yes, that would be bad. And yeah, let's adjourn for now.
They go to Kansas. We meet Ma and Pa Kent, even though we did kind of meet them earlier, but they're really sweet, simple Kansas farm folk.
Yep.
And he has a really touching, which by the way, when we saw this, my partner John was like, I thought his dad died, which is true in some Superman stories, but others, his parents are both alive. And so he has a really touching conversation with his father, with his dad, about like the role of the parents, and how it's not their job to dictate what your life is going to be. It's their job to give you the tools to make your life what you want it to be. And it's really touching, and it's a really nice moment and everything. And then he's like, well, I guess I'm gonna go fight. The one guy comes back, right?
Yeah. So they get breaking news that Baravia is about to invade again.
Yep.
And there's the little kids raising the Superman
I know.
flag.
I loved it.
Yeah.
And I know it's
great.
it's a little cheesy, but I was like, God damn, that's pretty cool.
And right when Superman's about to go fly off, Mr. Terrific's like, okay, dude, actually, you need to come back here because Lex Luthor cranked up all the dials on the fucking portal machine, and now there's a rift in the planet that's going straight towards Metropolis.
Right.
Like, I can't fix it by myself. I need you over here.
Yeah. And so he's like, oh, well, I guess that's worse.
Yeah.
I'll go fix that.
I mean, black hole consuming the entire planet is admittedly a bit of a bigger crisis.
Yeah, when you're doing triage, that's
so,
you fix that one first. Yeah.
So they get down there. Let's see. Engineer and Ultraman attack.
Mm-hmm.
And
there's a fight. They fight in like a football field.
Baseball field, I think. But they knock out Mr. Terrific real quick, and then the whole plan is that they're going to clog up Superman's lungs with nanites so that he can't breathe. And it actually goes okay for them at first.
Yeah.
But he like flies up into the atmosphere, and they're both clinging to him, like beating the shit out of him. Like, just stop breathing, you idiot! And he crashes down into the ground. Engineer's
it really hurts them both.
Yes.
Yeah.
Engineer's unconscious. He manages to pull all the nanites out of his lungs. Ultraman is still there. He pulls off his fucked up mask to reveal he's a clone.
Oh, it's a clone.
It's a clone of Superman.
It's Kal-El, yeah.
And Lex is like, "Hey,
I think I slightly de-aged David Cornsweet. Even
maybe
he looked a little bit, or it could have just been that his hair
might
was
just
longer.
been the hair. Yeah. So Lex is like, "Look, you dumbass. Cloning you is super fucking easy, but this clone is really fucking dumb, so I have to manually dictate everything he does.
That's why I've been yelling out letters and numbers every fight we have.
But on the upside, he is stronger than you, so I'm just gonna dictate everything, and you're gonna die now. Bye."
Yeah, and then they fight, and it's going about as well as when you fought the helmet of Baravia or whatever.
Yeah. Finally, Superman is like, actually, I'm the one with the big brain here. Hey, Krypto, get over here and destroy all these fucking camera drones.
Yeah, I guess that's something we should have mentioned before. Luthor has an array of cameras that are watching so that he can proxy himself to fight and everything. So
without the drones, Superman beats the shit out of Ultraman and tosses him into a black hole.
Yep. And I guess he probably won't come back.
Meanwhile, in Baravia, Superman couldn't make it, so he sent the Justice Gang.
Yep. And
the Guy Gardner conjuring fucking fists with middle fingers flipping over tanks.
Yep.
Hot Girl goes to find the dictator of Baravia, beats the shit out of all his bodyguards, and goes flying away with him. And he's like, "Ha! You soft Americans, you won't kill me. You're like Superman." And Hot Girl's like, "Actually, I am not at all like Superman." She just fucking drops him from a height of like 500 feet or something.
Murders a head of state of a technically allied country to the United States.
Yep.
Let's see. Also, I like how early in the movie, Superman is able to identify the dictator because he smells his piss.
Yes.
He's like, "Oh yeah, you're the guy that pissed his pants in the desert. I know who you are."
Metamorpho is there too, and he's
I guess he's
giant hammer on a tank.
Yeah, I think he's kind of part of the Justice Gang now. Yeah. He's like kind of part of it and everything, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, and all the people are cheering, and Guy Gardner's like, "Thank you. Buy some Justice Gang merch.
Right. Like and subscribe."
And Metamorpho's like, "Hey, wait a minute, Justice Gang, that's a pretty cool name." And Hot Girl just rolls her fucking eyes.
Guy Gardner's like, "I like you, kid. You got heart." Yeah.
You're in.
Yeah. So there's a really nice romantic moment between Superman and Lois Lane. He picks her up and kisses her, and they fly a little bit.
That's at the very, very end.
Yeah.
So Superman
fixes the rift somehow.
Yeah. He and Mr. Terrific get up to Lex Luthor's command ship, which has detached from
the building.
The building.
That was pretty cool, by the way.
I
thought that was pretty neat. Yeah.
So they break in there. Lex is like, "You fucking idiot." Superman's like, "Look, I know you're jealous of me, but can you just maybe chill?
I know you're envious."
Yes.
Yeah.
He's like, Lex is like, "Of course I'm envious.
Yeah.
I'm self-aware. I'm a fucking super genius. Like, I just fucking hate you. Like, I hate immigrants. I'm sorry. Does that make me a bad person?" Superman's like, yeah, kind of.
It does.
Yeah, actually. It makes you a really bad person.
Yeah, and then Fox News is like, "No, it doesn't."
So he like goes forward to like poke Superman in the chest, and Krypto comes out of nowhere and fucking starts attacking him.
It's another. We talked about this as this were happening. Krypto is a lot like my dog Brecker, who when he was a young puppy, like if I were laying on my floor with broken ribs and in mortal danger.
He would bounce on you.
He'd be bouncing on me. Yeah. He also, the second someone put their hands on me, would go ape shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Mr. Terrific undoes the portal, and the rift is no longer threatening all of Metropolis. We get the last sequence with like Luther being loaded into a car and being driven off to prison. Eve like leaps onto Jimmy Olsen and she's like, now we can be together forever, and Jimmy's like,
oh fuck,
oh
no,
now we're gonna be together forever. And then Superman and Lois Lane have that really nice romantic sequence, which they didn't use the fucking love theme for.
From the original,
they quote the John Williams score, that same part, all throughout the entire fucking movie, and then here's a perfect opportunity for the love theme, and they just don't do it. Like, what the fuck?
One of John Williams' best love themes, by the way. Like, out of like all the stunning bangers he's written, one of the best ones.
As soon as you're done watching us, pull up YouTube, pull up Superman love theme.
Can you read my
mind? Listen to it. It is gorgeous.
It is so good, yeah. And movie ends.
Yeah, we get a
roll credits. Yeah.
Oh, wait, no. There's one last thing, because he goes back to Antarctica to, get himself all checked out.
All the robots are better now.
And his cousin comes back.
Oh, right. Who's played by the actor that played Rhaenyra, young Rhaenyra, in House of the Dragon.
Yeah, she was off partying on a planet where she has a red sun so she can get drunk. And it turns out Crypto is her dog.
Right.
And
which is why he can't control it.
Crypto immediately bounces and just smashing her into the concrete.
Yeah.
She's like, oh, Crypto, you're such a good dog.
Yeah. That was really neat, actually. Yeah. And then we had a couple of brief post-credit scenes.
So
one of them
one where he's sitting on the moon with Crypto, looking at Earth.
It was very cute.
Just very cute. Then after the credits, he and Mr. Terrific are looking at this building that has come back together on the rift, and it's off center a little bit. And Superman's like, huh. It's just a little bit janky, don't you think? Mr. Terrific's like, dude, I closed a fucking hole in reality.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I couldn't get it an inch to the right for you.
Yeah.
You're such a dick.
Yeah.
Superman's like, maybe I am a dick.
Oh God, I'm a horrible person.
And that's where the movie is.
Yes. So yeah.
Yeah, good movie.
Overall, had a lot of fun. Is it a perfect movie?
No.
But honestly, after the Zack Snyder films, I'm not even looking for a perfect movie anymore.
It's good. It's a really good Superman movie specifically.
Yeah.
Because it exemplifies the things about Superman that are the character, that are the reason you like Superman.
Captain Snakebite says, working out while watching this. Great. And then cool. Christopher says, may the force be with you, Daniel and Chris. I hope you're having a good weekend. Thank you both for awesome content. And then
you're welcome.
Yeah, and then a couple of hellos from our friends.
Okay.
So looking forward, tomorrow 7:30 p.m. Central will be the next episode of Gungans and Dragons, which is our weekly tabletop RPG. Hope to see you then. In the meantime,